A very happy Wednesday to you. I'm King 5 meteorologist Ashley Ruiz here to discuss all things rain going forward and some mountain snow, but we have an incoming weak atmospheric river that's going to bring us some rounds of rain and potentially some snow melt over the weekend. I'll discuss it all, but Wednesday we kick things off on a soggy note, but we'll continue to see tapering rain into tonight, and Thursday is actually going to be one of our drier days before the weather pattern flips once again heading into the weekend. We desperately need the rain. Our rainfall deficit continues to grow even though we've had rain, we've had snow. It's just not enough to where we should be this time of year. Also up in the mountains, our snow depth percent of normal, so the climatological normal, which is over 30 years below normal for at least most of the Cascades. Crystal Mountain doing okay, but heading into the weekend, our snow levels are going to climb as this atmospheric moves in, and so we'll likely see at least some snow melt for some, and I'll discuss it coming up. But the latest drought monitor, this is last Thursday's update. A new update will come out on Thursday, so tomorrow morning. But what it's showing is there's now a moderate drought for most of the Cascades in Washington, and then the rest of western Washington abnormally dry, which we know that. In the latest update, we'll see what it says, but then the eastern side of the state not considered in a drought. But like I mentioned, our snow levels are coming up, so we'll get a little bit of mountain snow and at the passes, at least over the next few days. But then we head into the weekend and it climbs anywhere between about 5,000, maybe up to 7,000 feet. We'll see. But all in all, it is going to start to come down into next week. And then we'll start to get at least a little bit of mountain snow before our weather pattern can change. Once again, we may actually have a drier weather pattern heading into the back half or the middle half of next week. So this is what our week is going to look like. Fewer showers on Thursday. We'll have sun breaks in the mix and then increasing rain heading into Friday. The wettest days will be Saturday, Sunday, and then potentially into most of our Monday. And you see those temperatures, mid-50s. We'll likely start to dry things out by next Wednesday. But until then, we are going to have those rounds of rain. Winter weather advisory is in place for the north central Cascades and the passes, generally above 3,500 feet. However, the snow level may just fluctuate a little bit between about 3,000, 3,500 feet. So Snoqualmie Pass could see maybe a rain and snow mix, but about 3 to 8 inches of snow will be possible through at least tomorrow morning. Higher amounts for the higher elevations as well, so make sure you check in with WashDOT before going through the passes. But again, this is good news for all the ski resorts, but this weekend it's really going to be more rain at the bases. Here's a look at the futurecast. This also shows temperatures going forward. So overnight's going to be pretty balmy. We'll have some lingering precipitation up in the North Cascades, maybe over the northern interior. And then as the morning progresses on Thursday, most of us are not going to see any rain. Tomorrow we'll have partly sunny skies. Some sun breaks. Highs will be about 50 degrees. Then we get into Friday. So the models have been going back and forth with when the rain will begin versus when it's going to let up into our Friday. But the main event is really going to come Saturday and into Sunday in terms of that atmospheric river. But into the day on Friday, we'll have increasing rain just off and on, potentially some pockets of moderate rainfall. Into Friday evening, also going to have just some off and on rain. We'll likely see that taper until we get into Saturday, increasing rain as the day goes on. Obviously, the timing could certainly change between now and then, but this is what we're currently thinking. Friday night, at least through Friday night, rain totals look to be decent. I would say 1/2 inch for some spots, all the way to maybe an inch. Again, this is through Friday night. That's if we get those rounds of rain throughout the day on Friday as well. In terms of snow, as I mentioned, how snow levels are going to come up and down a little bit. We could pick up about 3, maybe up to 7 inches for Stevens Pass, but the hot spot, as always, going to be Mount Baker. Could see significantly more. This is what I'm talking about in terms of the atmospheric river headed our way this weekend. We could have rounds of rain heavy at times, and then again, snow melt may lead to rising rivers, mainly the Skykomish River in Mason County. We'll have to see about the other rivers as well, but you see this bright banding of blue, that's indicating that moisture. If we had greens and yellows and even reds, that would indicate some heavier moisture in place, or a greater moisture content in the atmosphere. So this is not going to just be a consistent atmospheric river just bringing us all of this moisture nonstop for several days, but it is going to at least load the atmosphere up for us to get some rounds of potentially heavy rain. So the moisture content will be in place, and that's going to lead to, again, a pretty soggy weekend. So Saturday we'll have increasing rain, Sunday rain at times, same for Monday, and then things start to change as we head into Tuesday and into the middle half of next week. These are the estimated rain totals from Saturday all the way through Monday night, and this just shows heavy rain is expected, about 1, maybe 3 inches of rain. And something else to look at, you see the rain totals, estimated rain totals up in the passes as well. So again, we are going to have some of this fall as rain instead of snow, and in turn that could lead to some of that snow melt. In terms of snow totals, Saturday through Monday, you see it's decent. It's not totally zero because snow levels start to come back down into Monday, and that's when we could start to add up in terms of our snow totals. But over the weekend, generally below 5,000 feet, likely not going to have any fresh snow, unfortunately. So again, through the next couple of days, things will begin to change. But if you have any weekend plans, pack the rain gear because you're definitely going to need it. Also, make sure you have extra layers and at least a rain jacket if you are headed up to the slopes as well. Into next week, highs will continue to run near normal, if not a little above normal. By Wednesday of next week, mid-50s. And dare I say, some of the model guidance is picking up on the potential, at least into the first half or the first couple of days of March. Maybe temperatures in the upper 50s to maybe 60 degrees. We'll see. But until then, we'll have to get through a pretty soggy weekend. You can always find the latest on king5.com, the free King 5 app as well, King 5 Plus, which is free on your TVs. And then you can always find us on King 5 during the newscast as well. So take it easy. Have a happy Wednesday, and we'll talk soon.